New Yorker, without a doubt, this was the most exciting Sunday of the season. 2 games into overtime, one of them down in Tampa. Detroit trying to get a wild card spot in the playoffs, but Donald Iguebuike hits the field goal that wins it for the Buccaneers, their second win of the season. And, of course, Darrell Rogers so disappointed, but the Lions do get to go home next Sunday. Meanwhile, down in the Astrodome in Houston, San Diego had just gone ahead. Tony Zendejas with a 51-yard attempt.
Chargers with 11 men on the line. Here comes the rush. Kickers on the way. It is up. It's good.
The Oilers win that one in overtime. And meanwhile, there was more drama unfolding in Minnesota. New Orleans and the Vikings were headed for overtime. The Saints with the ball.
Gets by pressure and hits John Tice. And the tight end is going to go in for the touchdown.
An idea of how things unfolded around the league this afternoon. Irv, let's take everybody to the scoreboard and get you up to date. Yes, they are still unbeaten, and the Bears have now gone 13 quarters without giving up a touchdown. Jim McMahon did not play, but Walter Payton with a beautiful run, Irv.
Boy, I think he's had such a great year and a great career, Brent. Here he scampers for a 40-yard touchdown along the near sideline. Another Walter Payton touchdown.
Magnificent. 7 straight Sundays, over 100 yards. Yes, the refrigerator scored his 3rd touchdown of the season, and Dan Henning has gone from bad to worse. Watch Bob Holly here. He is hit by Richard Dent, and the fumble is recovered by Mike Hartenstein at the 2-yard line, and then Calvin Thomas took over.
When Walter Payton's not there, Calvin Thomas does a job. But number 33 goes in from 2 yards out. Makes it look easy.
How good is this defense?
The best. What can you say? They're number 1.
And, of course, a week from Monday night, they'll go down unbeaten, and guess who's got a shot to knock them off? The Miami Dolphins. Pittsburgh and Washington, and, of course, the Steelers were atop the AFC Central, but it was all Washington this afternoon. Harry Newsom has a punt block by Otis Wansley. The specialty teams of the Redskins now must be regarded as the finest in the National Football League. Jay Schrader, who has replaced the injured Joe Theismann, goes to Clint Didier in the end zone, and his tight end has got it. But Scott Campbell was able to rally the Steelers.
He looked real good. He wasn't expected to play in this ball game. Came in at the last second. Here he hits Richie Ehrenberg for a touchdown.
John Riggins, and of course he has slowed down, but inside the 5 you can still count on the big diesel. He's got the touchdown, and the Redskins have got the win, still alive in the NFC East. Cleveland and Cincinnati, the storyline there. The Browns bench Bernie Kosar. They come with Gary Danielson. He's got Clarence Weathers. Weathers breaks free. It's a 72-yard touchdown, and the Browns are alive and well now at 6-6. They are tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers atop the division. As for Houston and San Diego, well, this was the wildest game of the afternoon. San Diego appeared to have won it. Warren Moon was out because of a hip pointer last week. Watch Tim Spencer here. Take the handoff. High stepping on into the end zone. San Diego leading 28-27. Mike Rozier comes right back, and Houston had the lead. Then the Chargers one more time. It was 4th and 8, and Danny Fouts was pulling out for San Diego. Wes Chandler was the receiver, and watch the play that appeared to give San Diego the win, and then they come right back, and Tony Zendejas beats the Chargers with that field goal you saw moments ago. So the AFC Central looks like this. And would you believe it? At 5-7, you're only a game out of first place, as are Cincinnati and Houston. The Jets in New England, they go into overtime, and the Jets pull it off 16-13 on a Leahy field goal. Kenny O'Brien will find Wesley Walker at the Jets 33, and Walker will go for an 88-yard touchdown, this coming after a Patriot fumble inside the 5. Now, Tony Eason had to quarterback the Patriots because of that injury to Steve Grogan. Joe Walton very happy on the sideline, and Eason came right back for the Patriots, going to Cedric Jones. It was a 29-yard touchdown, and then they went to OT and turned it over to Pat Leahy.
Pat Leahy connects on a 33-yard field goal.
And the New York Jets win a big one, Irv. Now, Miami, they are in pursuit of the Jets right now. And this afternoon, they defeated the Buffalo Bills. The final score was 23-14. So take a look now at the standings in the AFC East. The Jets atop 9-3. I'll tell you what's dangerous about being a runner-up in this division is the fact that there are so many good teams also in the AFC Western Division. And again, a couple of final scores now. The New Orleans Saints over Minnesota, 30-23. And in overtime, down in Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers win for the 2nd time this year, 19-16. Now, this Thursday, starting at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to bring you a special edition of the NFL Today prior to the St. Louis-Dallas game. Now, in our broadcast that day, our own family here at the NFL Today, which has been together now for some 11 years, will take a nostalgic journey home for Thanksgiving. My home, of course, is Billings, Montana, and I have warm memories of my childhood there, and I recently went back to say hello to those early years. Irv Cross made a visit back in time to his alma mater, Northwestern, and took the opportunity to touch base with the new generation of students there. And in case you've wondered where it all began for Jimmy the Greek, this is his hometown, Steubenville, Ohio. When his travels take him there, Jimmy's relatives always welcome him with a hearty Greek dinner. So even though the three of us will be here in our New York studio on Thursday, we'll take a few moments through television to be at home for Thanksgiving, and we invite you to come along as our guest. And our NFL coverage continues here on CBS. Only 3 men have ever done it. First it was Tim Brown, then it was Travis Williams, and now today it was Ron Brown. And Irv, you said that Brown has a disorder that he must play with for the Rams.
Yeah, he has a rare blood disease, and at times he feels a little dizzy. But here, the Olympic sprinter is not dizzy on this play. Opening kickoff, 98 yards later, Mr. Brown's in the end zone.
And that gave the Rams a quick 7-0 burst on the Green Bay Packers. Packers scored. Here it was again with the rain coming down in Anaheim. This one for 86 yards. And once he gets a step, Irv, you cannot catch him.
This is what, you know, the old adage in pro football is, Brent, is that speed kills. This is what coaches are talking about.
Oh, boy, it's sticking a blade at the Green Bay Packers right now. It's 14-10 at the half. Raiders and Denver. The Broncos have just scored to go ahead in that one. 21-14 over the Raiders. Kansas City and Indianapolis. The Chiefs are dominating the Colts, 17-0 there. St. Louis and the Giants right now. Many of you watching that one. The Giants are the lead 10-3 at the half. Dallas and Philadelphia. Hard-nosed football game down in Irving, Texas. 21-10 right now. The Cowboys with the lead. And Dallas coming back from that embarrassment of a year ago. Tony Dorsett bursting in for his 77th career touchdown from 3 yards out. Cowboys with a 7-3 lead. Herman Hunter, who is he, Irv?
A young ball player out of Tennessee State, a rookie who's averaging about 1.2 yards per carry, right? Not this time. He lashes off his left tackle for a 74-yard touchdown run.
Tom Landry wants to know who he is, too, over there on the sideline, but he had a response for it. It was Danny White to his tight end, Doug Cosby, for a pair of touchdowns. White thought about running, and then Cosby worked his way open to the rear of the end zone, and then, of course, they came back and connected again. 21-10, Cowboys with the lead over the Philadelphia Eagles. Now let's send you back to the stadiums and the games you're enjoying here on CBS.
Okay, Brent, we are at halftime. The Cowboys leading 21-10 over Philadelphia in this NFC Eastern Division battle. Philadelphia jumped off to a 3-0 lead. The Cowboys came back, and then they seesawed back and forth before the Cowboys scored 2 unanswered touchdowns, both catches by Doug Cosby. Terry, we said at the top we didn't know whether Dallas could salvage anything from the train wreck. Apparently they found something to work on.
Well, they're playing well. They're playing aggressive. I think they were a little bit tentative with their running attack. They were running well with Newsome, and then finally in the end of the first half, they started play action, started throwing the football. I think they need to get back to that, but they are on top and are playing well.
In terms of a defensive scheme, you will recall, those of you who watched the game a month ago, Dallas lived by the blitz and died by it in the fourth quarter. You thought they would fake the blitz a lot today, and I think that's what they've done.
Well, you know, they're smart. These are two smart coaches, and Campbell knows that they handled that blitz well the first time they played, and Landry knows that they got burned on that baby. It cost them that football game. Coming into this, the Cowboys, I expected them to fake it, and not only did I think they were going to fake it, looks like the Eagles were prepared for it also, because the blitz has not been an apparent issue so far. Only from linebackers have we seen them blitz burn, and that's been on first down to support the run.
Well, we still have 30 minutes to play here at Texas Stadium. Another sellout crowd gathered on a gloomy November afternoon. Back with a kickoff after this. On an overcast day, Paul McFadden gets set to kick off for the Philadelphia Eagles to open the third quarter. Dallas will have Robert Levette, Todd Fowler, and James Jones deep. Levette, the rookie from Georgia Tech, is the middleman.